Okay, so let's do a quick summary real quick so that we can see all of the skills that we learned. So when you do an address, remember, write down the address first. 192.168.0.0, our subnet mask. So first step, what do we do? First thing that we do is we look at our subnet mask. We break our subnet mask into binary. We know the 255s lock in these guys right here, and they're all ones. So the one that we really care about, because we're going to be changing, is this fourth octet. And that's going to be this guy right here. Let's break that 192 into binary. Going from right to left, we want to find the one, the first one. What number is that? Remember, we start with 1, and we just keep doubling it. 4, 8, 16, 32. And this position is 64. So that is our grouping. Let's get our chart going. 192, 168.0.0. And then we just are going to increment by our grouping. Always start with 0. It makes things so much easier, and we're allowed to. 64, 128, 192, 256. But remember, we can't go to 256 because in a group of 8, 255 is the highest we can go to. So now let's do our end range. Remember, our end range is 1 less than the next ID, because we don't want to waste any addresses. So our end one is going to be 63, 127, 191, 255. That's because 63 is 1 less than 64. 127 is 1 less than 128. 191 is 1 less than 192. And 256 because, well, we can't use 256. 1 less than it is 255. So that's going to be our end range. So that's a quick and down and dirty summary of basic addressing. This is assuming a fixed length. Don't forget about our range. 1 through 62, 65 through 126, 129 through 190, 193 through 254. No overlap. You don't want any overlap whatsoever. This is assuming a fixed length. Meaning our subnet isn't going to change. This broke us into 4 networks that allowed for 62 hosts per network. But is that realistic? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Because these are fixed lengths, what happens if we have one network that requires 8 hosts? And we have one network that requires 60 hosts? We have one network that has 30 hosts. And one network that has 15 hosts. Well, we have 4 equal networks, all allowing for 62 usable addresses. That works for this guy, but that's a lot of waste for these other 3. So the next video that I'll be making is for variable length subnet masks, VLSM, and that means we can change our subnet mask depending on our requirements. But for an overall summary, this will at least get you started. Thank you very much.